So, shake diets. I don't condone these, but a recent conversation with someone made me think about them in quite a cool way in terms of how they can release your pressure and stress around food. So that's what I'd like to talk about in this video. Before I get started, I have a free Facebook group for women, which I've mentioned before. This is a group where I do weekly trainings and weekly help on emotional eating, and it's all free just for women, where everyone is in the same situation, everyone has the same problems, and basically, learning how to solve your problem and what you need to do to go forward. So if you would like to join that is down there in the description below. But for now, let's get into the video. So just to reiterate, I'm not saying do a shake diet. They don't work in the long term. All they do to help you lose weight is they reduce calories. And reducing your calories, being in a calorie deficit, eating less than your body needs, makes you lose weight. And the big advantage of them over some other diets is they just reduce thinking. You don't need to think about much. You make the shake, you eat it, that's it. You drink it, I mean. And so if we compare it to other things like calorie counting, weighing food, counting points and sins, it takes away a lot of that thinking, which adds a lot of stress and decisions around your day. And that shouldn't be underestimated how much that causes in terms of stress, all those kind of things. So the way shake diets work, I'm not going to mention any particular ones, is they reduce all this thinking and make it very, very simple. Do this one thing, which is what attracts people to them. But what shake diets don't do is solve the real problem, which is how to think around food and enjoy life and enjoy dieting and have a sustainable way to eat 365 days a year that works for you, including losing weight for the right reason. So not out of desperation, not because you don't feel enough around yourself. And so doing it in a sustainable way and loving the process. Of course, having a shake makes it difficult to fit into normal society because, when you're at home, it's okay, but what happens if you go out for a meal or Christmas or holiday? It creates this all or nothing mindset of, I don't know what to do now. All I've learned is having the shake or eating the way I used to. So when you don't have the shake, you just eat the way you used to, which of course, long term, when this happens, then you're not going to be on the diet all the time. And also what happens when you do lose a bit of weight, because I said, of course they do work in the short term, and you feel better about yourself, old habits start to slip back in because you feel better. So why should I have the shake now? No motivation around it. And then you start eating the way you used to eat before and you start slipping back into those old habits and put the weight back on. So you get this yo-yo dieting effect as well. But what shake diets do is give you a glimpse of what life can be like without thinking about food so much, without counting calories, without counting points, without weighing food, without stressing over what will I eat in this meal, what happens when I go out, how am I going to make the best choice. Which don't underestimate how much stress that does give you. And so you end up with this freed headspace and it makes you feel lighter and makes you feel, wow, this is how life can be or should be without dieting. So when I spoke to this person recently, they told me they'd done shake diets and they felt good on them, but obviously didn't get results because they ended up yo-yo dieting on them, but they felt the best on them out of other diets. And it was because of this reason, because it's so simple and it stops you overthinking things and it stops you stressing around food. So you get that glimpse of this is how life should be like. It's not working for me yet because it's not the right approach, but this is what the mindset or your mind should be doing when you are dieting. So it kind of gives you, like I said, that glimpse of what it should be like. And that's exciting because when you do find the right approach, then that's how life is. When you reduce the stress and thinking around food, you have fewer cravings. Your mind is freer to do other things and focus on what you actually want to think about. And you allow other things into your mind and you feel happier because there's that space for doing other things and not worrying and not stressing, which obviously makes you tired and brings you down. So it opens up this whole new world you forgot or didn't even realize was there. So the point with this is that most diets are stressful and they make you think about food 24/7. And the stress that they cause is a paradox, because how do you release stress? How have you accidentally learned to quickly and easily change the way you feel? Through food. So you get cravings. Your mind, your body gives you cravings. So you end up kind of going backwards and getting these uncontrollable urges to eat food, which of course doesn't help with going forward and losing weight. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if you want help with cravings, I have a free Facebook group just for women. I put the link down in the description for you to join. But what we need to do is take away the counting of food, take away the weighing of food, because this amplifies that perfectionism mindset of when I can't be perfect, I don't do anything at all. And make it much simpler. You need to have a baseline way of eating year round, where what I do with my clients is we use visual portion sizes, which they're good enough. You lose weight and you don't need to think about it too much. And layering in things you enjoy to make you not feel deprived. And falling in love with the process of doing this. So there's no option of not doing it, because it brings you so much value and changes your life so much. So you can eyeball your food portions and judge it against your hand sizes. So palms of protein, thumbs of fat, fists of vegetables, cupped hands of carbohydrates, and building meals around this way and judging, do I feel full? Is the craving I'm getting emotional or physical? Do I need a little bit more? Am I getting enough protein? Am I getting enough veg for the vitamins and minerals? No, carbs are not bad for you, but eating too many carbohydrates, if your goal is weight loss, could just mean that eating too many calories. And quite often the carbohydrates are coming in processed food, along with a lot of fat. So cakes, cookies, biscuits, ice cream, these are like 50% carbs, 50% fat. These are a lot of calories. These don't occur in nature, so you shouldn't have these available to you. But when you eat them, they don't fill you up much, but they're very easy to eat. So not getting cravings for these things is so important. And so when we strip back nutrition and make it very easy to follow, it takes away stress, it takes away thinking, gives you this extra room in your brain to think about everything else in life. And using a baseline way of eating, using your eyes to judge food, makes it less black and white, because you can take your hand everywhere to judge food portions. And there's no black and white thinking, because it's not I'm totally perfect or doing nothing. It's I just do the best I can in the moment with what I've got. And I judge, and it's enough and it works. So that's it. I just wanted to highlight this one thing that causes a lot of problems with dieting. And the fact that this person I spoke to had had a glimpse of that because of accidentally falling on a method of regulating their food that gave them that temporarily while it was working for them. Obviously it didn't work long term. And so being able to make things so simple, that is the key, or one of the keys to long-term success of your diet. Not counting things, points, calories, and weighing foods, which just is so much to think about and just doesn't work long term. So really think about that. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and like if you found this video useful. Subscribe if you haven't already, it really, really helps the video. And I'll see you in the next one.